Live. Hey, Shalom, Akim. Shalom. All right, the brothers from GMS ATL back with another live stream in the spirit. We want to give all praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai. Double honors unto the apostles and elders at Great Millstone who grew well. Peace and safety to the elect brothers laboring around the four corners of the earth, giving all diligence to make the calling of election sure. And shalom to the sincere sisters. All right. You know, this live stream, we're gonna go into the glory that shall be revealed will be truly amazing. And it's gonna be beyond what anybody else imagined, you know, because these people out here, because they not in the truth and the spirit of the Lord is not dealing with them, they think on a minuscule frequency. All right. Their thought processes are not elevated. They thinking that it's gonna be one man that's just gonna come out the sky looking like a poodle, or come floating out the sky, you know, and everybody just gonna magically just float up into the air, and that's it. No, you know what I'm saying? Like there's gonna be a build-up, a sequence of events that's gonna occur, and they're gonna be magnificent events. All right, way beyond what these people can even fathom, because of their thought processes has been suppressed by the so-called white man, you know, and that's what the brothers in Great Millstone, that's where our mind is geared towards, man, you know, being able to partake in that glory, in the majesty of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, according to our labors, you know. So we can start with the Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 5, verse 1.
Okay.
You got it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Wisdom of Solomon 5:1. Then shall the righteous man stand in great boldness before the face of such as have afflicted him.
Hey, that's a miracle right there. When we go to the highways and byways and we tell the so-called white man he a devil to his face. That's actual spiritual power. You know, we in the land of our enemy in captivity, and we're telling our oppressor that he's a devil and the Lord is going to destroy him, and nothing happens. That's spiritual power. Go ahead, brother.
And I was going to say also, just to add to what you were saying, that it first start with the virgins being awoken. You know, the scriptures speak about in Matthew that it was going to be a time where the virgins, which represented the pure ones, they're going to sleep. And when the virgins fell asleep, the wisdom on the whole fell asleep. You know, it tells you that in Second Ezra also how it's going to be a time where this word that's been without fruit shall be reborn through the vessels of men. From the elder, starting off with the elder Abba Bivens. You know, King Masha, that word and that seed sprouting in men. And just like the brother, you know, speaking about, and we in a time where all these different events are going to be magnified, and the spirit of the Lord is going to be magnified in us. I'll just keep going. Then shall the righteous man stand in great boldness before the face of such as have afflicted him, and made no account of his labors. When they shall see it, they shall be troubled with terrible fear. And if I could say something too, and it said, and made no account of his labors. So these same individuals that's in a low estate, because when you labor, that means you in slavery. Judges 5:11. And these same individuals are going to be raised up and established in a prominent position. You know, that's why it says standing in great boldness. Whenever you stand in boldness, that represents having an abundance of power and strength. That's us gaining our strength back of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai.
All right, and if I could add to what this brother's saying, that should be your driving force, man. That should be your motivating force when you wake up in America every day and you see, you know, that America is still going. You still see your brothers in captivity, your brothers struggling, but you understand that we have hope, and we have hope, and we have a chance to receive salvation. That should be your driving, motivating force, man. Not no women, not no business venture and things of that nature. Now those things, you know, if you can balance those things, that's one thing. All right, but that shouldn't be your driving, motivating force. It's supposed to be the kingdom of heaven, man, being able to meet Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, man. All right, go ahead.
When they see it, they shall be troubled with terrible fear, and shall be amazed at the strangeness of his salvation.
Yeah, so the Lord is going to come back with a strange salvation, a peculiar salvation. All right, things that people out here has never beheld with the naked eye. All right, a fleet of extraterrestrial chariots. All right, extraterrestrial vehicles. all right, are going to cover the sky, and they're going to beam people up. Hey, Shalom, all right, you know they're gonna cover up the sky, man, and redeem the elect. Now that's something strange. That's something that you don't see every day. That's what you call glory. That's what you call majesty, man. That's what you call a complete power. You know that is about to be manifested very soon in the earth, and that's what we trying to be a part of. So if you're getting sidetracked by carnal things and things of the flesh, all right, and you walking around with malice all up in your spirit towards the brother that's on the highways and byways with you, you got a serious problem, and you don't know what this truth is about, man. All right, here it is. The Lord promised Israel a kingdom by doing the things that we doing. The Lord promised Israel a kingdom, and Jake still get caught up in the American way of living after the truth has been told to them.
This life.
That's a lot. Can I add your point?
Of course.
The scripture talks about mortifying your members. You know, you got to take control of yourself. You got to have a certain level of self-control to where your emotions are in check, and that you filter them through the scriptures. You know, because like the brother was saying about, you know, we on the highways and byways, you got a certain art with the brother. Yahweh Shai said, yo, leave that, get at the altar and go make that right. Okay, because once you make that right with that brother, that leads to blessings being poured out upon you, and therefore, even through him, the word can have free course. Because we're at a time where Yahweh Shai is going to glorify his men.
Yeah.
We're on the battlefield with each other. We can't have these schisms and these isms, you know. Right. So in order for us all to obtain that glory, we have to all abide in the spirit of Yahweh Shai, which is in unity. You know, we're all one body. You know.
Well, I got the definition of mortify, just like what you said.
Come.
And if a brother could get that, what that Galatians the 5th chapter, mortify your members on earth, we'll probably get that later. I'm not gonna.
No, y'all brothers got it.
Okay. But mortify, the definition is to subdue the body of its needs and desires by self-denial or discipline.
Right. Be disciplined, you know, because the glory that Yahweh Shai is going to bring to men is going to be out of this world. All right, so you have to put away your desires and lusts of this world in order to gain from the spiritual world. When you get a new body, you get a new glory. This glory that we have here is one thing. You know what I'm saying? This flesh is one particular type of glory. That's why the Most High made it. But at the same time, there's an even higher glory that we're going to obtain even within these bodies. It's going to be extraterrestrial, super terrestrial, as the Apostle Hart says. We're going to have an even greater glory, but in order to obtain that, we have to put our mind state and ourselves in a position to where we can gain that.
Yep.
So we have to follow the spirit of Yahweh Shai as best we can.
Yep.
You know?
And I got the Merriam-Webster version. It's the transitive verb under mortify. I'm going to go to number 2. But it says to subdue or deaden the body, bodily appetites, etc., especially by abstinence or self-inflicted pain or discomfort. And you were speaking about that comfort, man. Because even when you mortify and cut off certain ways about you, you're killing old habits. And you actually come in a state of uncomfortability, so to speak. But you have to use this as your comfort. That's why these scriptures are used for us when we fall short or when we have weakness points and we have discomfort, so to speak. You know, because at the end of the day, before we even receive that spiritual power, our spirits and our vessels got to be holy, man. Scriptures say that wisdom shall not enter into a malicious soul, man. You know, and you can't be in a double standing in this truth. You got to pick that path. If you're going to follow this world or if you're going to follow the truth, it's only one way or another. The Lord say He presents unto us life and death. Choose your way.
Hey, I got a quick precept. Okay. This is Sirach 18 and 30. It says, go not after thy lusts, but refrain thyself from thine appetites.
Yeah, and your appetites is your desires, man. That's why even Esau, he'll reference them as the 7 deadly sins: greed, lust, envy,
gluttony.
Gluttony.
This is malice. Is malice one?
Malice, if I'm not mistaken. Because those are the things that need to be mortified. That's why I said it's deadly. when those different aspects or characteristics are dwelling in your spirit, they're gonna destroy you, man.
What is that? Galatians 5, the fruits of the flesh.
That's right.
Yeah, and then it goes into the fruits of the spirit, which is long suffering. Just not get into all of them. But like you said, you gotta mortify those fruits of the flesh, cut those off to gain the fruits of the spirit.
That's right.
And like if I could say, not to be long-winded, but that's why the Most High puts us. The scriptures say that the Lord chasteneth he who he loves as a son, because the Most High puts all this hell on us to keep us out of the comfort zone, so that when everything is uncomfortable, we've already been uncomfortable.
So we're gonna be comfortable.
So we'll be comfortable in the most uncomfortable situations. Right. You got Jake out here. These people of the world, man. I be looking at them, and I be like, man, they are not ready for 5 minutes of complete shutdown, man.
No hell.
These people, these Starbucks going, spending $10, $15 on a frappuccino and a bagel every morning. They're gonna be the first people to drop dead, man. They get to their lust. These people every day, they get up in the morning, first thing in the morning, they go get a $7 latte with a pastry. Then they have whatever lunch they want. These people don't know what it's like to not have. If they want ice cream, they go get it. If they want to go buy a DVD, they go buy it. If they want to go to the movies, if they want to go have sex with somebody, if they want to go to the gym, they want to go across the country on a vacation. People are trained to do whatever the hell they want.
That's right. Hey, like the brother saying, people don't know how to be abased in this society. They only know how to abound. They only want to see increase. All right, see profit.
That's right.
They don't know how to deal with the lowliness of this American life, but we do, and that's okay, because America is going to get lower.
That's
so
right.
we already low,
right.
So it's going to get lower. These people that's riding these high horses, man. Hey, you gonna have a harder fall than men that's already low. And I want to add this scripture in real quick, Bible try if I could. And y'all can break it down, but this is Philippians 4:12. It says, I know both how to be abased and I know how to abound. Everywhere and in all things am I instructed both to be full and to be hungry, both to abound and to suffer need.
That's balance right there. That's balance right there. Paul talks about being all things to all men. Even Yahweh Shai himself, as understanding and as wise as he was, he sat with publicans and sinners.
Right. Yeah.
So there's a level of you have a level of understanding on the way you know the condition your people in, but then there's another level of understanding you gain by walking that type of walk that your people are in. Because sometimes you ain't got it. You ain't got the money. You ain't got the bread. You ain't got the means to go about your daily life as you think you should or as you always have been. But the brother was talking about how they used to get in a coffee and a donut or a bagel every morning and getting to work within 35 minutes. But then when it comes down to Dunkin' Donuts may not have the coffee ready at 5:30. You got to be working 6:30. You got to sit in traffic for 45 minutes. These people bug out.
They don't.
They're not used to the uncomfortability.
Well, they don't know how to see. America is a society that pushes out success. All right, they make success seem as if it's cool. But when you read the scriptures, the reality of it is what? There's a law that tells you about the poor.
Yep.
Right.
Meaning that there will be circumstances in life that people will be faced, obstacles that people will be faced with that will cause them to be in low positions. And there are laws in place for that. America don't push that.
That's right.
On TV, they push what? Everest, ITT Tech,
Right.
Omnitech. You know what I'm saying? DeVry.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Go to this college, get this trade, go to this beauty school. All right. What are you doing with your life?
Be a singer.
401k, pension. Get this house.
Plan for the future.
That's what they push. But you know what? hey, you know what? You know, the lower you are, when you actually do get to sit on that seat, what happens, man? You become one of the most humble persons in the world, man. You ever seen a poor person turn rich? Those are some of the most successful people.
I think some guy, I think he came into a lot of money, or it was a story where he came into a lot of money, or he was in prison for a long time and came out to some money, and he lived in like $1 million home, but he still slept on the floor because he was just, I forget, I'm roughly paraphrasing the story, but basically because he was just so used to that he didn't want to get too comfortable, man. And that's the spirit of, like the brother's saying, that humility, man. And that's a major killer of men that be in this truth too, man. Men don't be wanting to taste that bottom, man.
Yeah.
They be afraid to taste the bottom.
Yeah.
They be afraid to be in situations where they may have to deal with no lights on, be homeless,
So depend on brothers.
Yeah.
not have a working car,
Move in with somebody else.
yeah, not have the best car.
Yeah.
You know, give up the goodies, and that be a killer of men in this truth, man.
Yeah. That humility, that low seat.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, but it tells you in Luke 14, as a matter of fact, somebody get that, it should be around verse 12. It speaks about him that takes the low seat. Whenever you in a low position, when you actually do get exalted, it makes it that much more better.
Yep.
All right, because you actually tasted the low, and you knew how to control yourself when you was low. You didn't lose it. So when you do actually get a blessing, like look at certain people, like it's a lot of top celebrities that started out poor, man, homeless.
Yep.
And these are some of the most successful business people on the face of the earth, and they all started out poor. But look at little Richie Rich and all these motherfuckers that get these inheritances. What do? They because their whole life they've been what? They've been fed a false reality. They've been pampered. So when they actually get an inheritance, what do? Become drug addicts. They run their father's business into the ground. They become poor. You know, they become a has-been.
Yes.
That's going to be you Edomites in America, man. All right, and the low, the elect, which the elect are the most humble spirits on the face of the earth. They're the most lowly, contrite spirit. That word contrite goes into dust, man.
Contritus, worn out.
Yep, worn down to dust particles, man. We are accounted like dust in this society now, you know. But that dust is going to be refined into gold. And when we able to get in that position of leadership, we're gonna know how to carry ourselves due to the fact that we came from a low position.
Hey, if I can say this real quick,
I know brothers got them loaded up.
hey, so that's going back to the topic about the glory. You know, that's what makes the glory that much more crazy, man. The Lord's gonna bring men from such a low estate and basically make them the leaders of the world, man. You know. That's the type of power that we tapping into, man. Taking the low, like you said, the very dust particles, man, and putting crowns on their heads, man. You know,
and that's why even just like you said, dust particles. Because even in the ancient world, for us to show our lowliness, we would actually put dust on our head. You know. But I got a quick precept. Sirach 10:30. The poor man is honored for his skill, and the rich man is honored for his riches. He that is honored in poverty, how much more in riches? And he that is dishonorable in riches, how much more in poverty?
Now, think about a man that's an honorable man and he's impoverished. Imagine when he does have money, because a poor man can only be known for what he knows and what he knows how to do. Skill set, which in real soon, man. These people are gonna honor us, man. All right, because we are poor right now. But hey, these brothers that's in these camps are some of the most skilled men, are the most skilled men on the face of the earth, man.
Yeah,
you know.
And you know what? And that's really like our currency of exchange is skills, man. Skills and talents and understanding, wisdom, knowledge. Because we don't have physical money to club and enjoy the physicalities of this life. So we enjoy everything spiritually. You know, like it even tells you that in Sirach that a man that travels much receiveth a lot of wisdom. We don't have the luxury to travel the world, but we have the Urim and the Thummim. We have these scriptures through our imagination, vision. Through novel reading, so to speak. You know, reading these, so-called biographies and testimonies of these righteous men and how far wisdom led them. So us taking that same spirit and our spiritual vows, so to speak, we're going to push that same spirit as the prophets of old, because we're in the same situations. It was really, the scriptures is really for poor people, man. for
Yeah.
people to really
Yeah, it is.
obtain it and really get built up from their lower state.
Isaiah 61.
That's how you know the scriptures is not a book for the so-called white man.
Come.
That's how you. That's another, like the brother just said, that's a cut because they're in their glory.
Mhm.
He's proud.
Yeah,
He's living it up. You know, like there's been studies like we're going into that we're dealing with. Like it all goes hand in hand with dealing with the glory coming because the glory, the meek shall inherit it. All right, but you got to be meek first to get there. And
Yeah.
Esau's not meek, man. Esau exhibits nothing that shows meekness, man. So the kingdom of heaven can have nothing to do with him, man.
Come.
Hey, well, that's why scripture is known as the comforter, man.
Yeah.
There's somebody who has power and riches got to be comforted. Man.
Right.
Somebody who's comfortable.
Consolation.
You already comfortable.
Yeah,
And you need
consolation.
more comfort.
That's right.
That's why they ain't gonna be able to get this thing, man. Hey, we're gonna go ahead and put it out here for the record. We ain't, us brothers here at Great Millstone, we ain't affiliated with none of you other Israelite camps.
That's right.
That's
We
right.
ain't affiliated with none of you comfortable Israelites, man.
I mean,
All right, Yahweh Shema Shai is going to start making moves on you, man.
That's right.
All right, because you people are not, you don't know how to humble yourselves.
Mhm.
You don't know how to humble yourselves before the sight of Yahweh Shema Shai. So he's going to humble you.
That's
All right, since you don't want to do it yourself, the Lord going to do it. We are not affiliated with any of you other Israelite groups.
Right.
And we don't care who you are. If you ain't coming up under the teachings of apostles and the elders at Great Millstone, we ain't affiliated with
None
you.
of that hiding shit either.
Yeah,
Acknowledging it, man.
yeah,
Mhm.
Proclaiming it.
that's right, brother. Yeah, all that, you know, and double honors to the elders. But you never, you know what I'm saying? You who are your elders, man? All right, make it known, man. There's no, hey, the scriptures. Hey, let me get a quick scripture real quick. Somebody get Acts 20 and 20. Try 27. Because you a lot of you guys, you hiding parts of this truth, man.
Yep.
You ain't bringing out the whole thing. All right, and the spirit of the Lord is getting fed up with a lot of you dudes, man, and you nigga women that call yourselves Israelites.
Yeah, Paul was a good example. Paul said he is not shunned to proclaim to you
That's
the whole
what
gospel.
I'm
Yeah,
about to get.
Acts 20 and 27. For I have not shunned to declare unto you all the counsel of the Most High.
Yeah, we didn't shun, man. We not shying away from the fact and the truth of the matter. We making it all known. We tell you that there is laws about rape in the Bible. We tell you that it's okay, and it was okay in the ancient world to deal with a young woman if she's had her menstrual cycle.
Yep.
All right. We tell you that the so-called white man is going into slavery. That 2/3 of Israel is going to die.
Mhm.
All right. We tell you that people are going to be eating each other. All right. We tell you that we're going to be breaking, slamming kids, or people are going to be cracking kids' heads upside the rocks and shit out here, man.
Yeah.
We declare this whole counsel of the Lord, man.
You good
But
in
some
it.
of you guys out here, man, you just Israelites, man.
Right. Yes.
Yahoo.
Shabbat shalom. And
Yeah.
Yeshua.
And everything is all peaceful and the kingdom.
watch out. And then you niggas, Salaki,
There you
then
go.
then you get these fake ass bootleg watered down Israelites to talk shit about us.
Right.
That's like a bottle. That's like if bottles of liquor could talk to each other. That's like a bottle of Louis with the 13 having a bottle of a goddamn 211 talking shit about it. All right, it don't work like that. You coming against us because we bring it to you raw, pure, uncut.
Mhm.
Because that's how the Spirit of the Lord gave it to us.
Yeah.
See, a lot of you niggas, you're afraid of you've been. Hey, it's like this with America, man.
Yeah.
We live in a society in America where people will eat what's not good for them because it tastes good, because they're afraid to eat what tastes bad because it's good for them.
Yep, that's right.
And you niggas are the same way with the truth.
Yeah.
And that's why the scriptures talk about eating this truth. It's known as honey, and at the same time, it's known as them bitter herbs, man.
Yeah, with that belly bitter.
But Jake like to tailor certain scriptures to him. Just like the brother said, how we pouring this concentrated liquor in these men's spirit, and a lot of them don't want to take it, man. They want to dilute it. They want it, like they want bitch drinks, man.
Right.
Yeah. You know how you take a little shot of vodka and
Yeah.
you mix it with all kind of fruity stuff. And you
Whipped
put it,
cream on top of it.
Yeah, big grown ass Jake with a beard go to the bar and order a sex on the beach.
Yeah, I'm just gonna say that.
Virgin daiquiri or some shit.
Order a buttery nipple.
well, or these guys, they'll see us
Long
on
Island.
highways and byways, publicly, teaching. and they'll say, okay, well, I could get it, but can you lighten it up for the sister?
Right.
This ain't for the sisters, man.
Oh, yeah, icing.
This is for you to get it, and you build your house, man.
JK members nuts.
It starts with the. That's why scripture say that Yahweh is the head, and under Yahweh is Yahweh Shai. Under Yahweh Shai is man.
That's right.
And the Most High deals with us as men. He's not gonna deal with us as women.
Can I
You deal with your woman, as the weaker vessel.
Right.
That's how the exchange. That's how the
That's
channel of energy works. You don't disrupt that chain of force, man.
Yeah. The Lord established that. You got.
I was just gonna say for you, you Israelites that always about the sisters. When Yahweh Shai or the Messiah, all right, when he died, and the veil crossed, when the veil split, did the veil split for fucking women to come into the holies of holies?
Right.
See, a lot of you men, the Lord is setting up a spiritual temple, but even in the carnal sense of the temple, women weren't even allowed that deep into the temple, man.
Yeah.
Like a lot of you guys, you're playing with firecrackers, man. You playing with AKs with loose clips, man.
Yeah.
Because these guys been in America too long, you know, and you know they haven't really refined their mind to the scriptures and actually, you know, digested what these scriptures are saying, because these scriptures are completely contrary to the American way of life. All right,
That's right.
you know, the American way of life, it teaches you wickedness. You know, it promotes wickedness.
All of it.
You know, yeah. So you guys, you're not walking the straight path, because all you're doing is just conforming to just this American and Esau system. You're really just products of Esau.
Yeah.
Okay.
And they go to show you that you know that you guys that's calling yourselves Israelite, you really not meant, because you up under the vibration of a woman.
Yep.
You know, you have if you were to take samples of your DNA, you would have the genetic makeup of a woman.
Oh yeah, they trained
of a woman.
They trained Joanna.
Yeah, but you know that's actually true. Like whatever your spirit is into, you become that. You know, like for instance, you have satanic worshipers. Well, you take samples of their DNA actually changes, man. And they have actual scientific facts to where people that worship Satan, and you take samples of their blood before and after, their actual DNA, it changes because of the spirit that's on them. So that's the same thing with you men. That's up under the vibration of a woman. You got you know, women chromosomes up in you, man, because you channeling a particular energy. Don't the scripture say? What did the scripture say? The life is in the blood. All right. So you take samples of these guys' blood, man. You gonna have it's
Cupcake frosting.
Yeah, that's why the so-called white man be always going to you niggas' high schools taking your blood. They running tests on you niggas, man.
That's true.
They running tests on you niggas out there, man. You know, because you niggas is nothing but pieces of shit. Just to call it straight up and down, man. And you know what? The brothers here at Great Millstone, we laboring and we toiling, we going through all kind of hell to help bring in the kingdom of heaven, so that we can behold the majesty of Yahweh Shai, and Lord willing partake in the glory. And you still got you fucktards out here, man.
And it's more of them.
And it's like, where are they coming from?
It's like you're coming out of nowhere. I swear, like the Most High is blowing this thing up, because I used to think, when I used to read 1 Peter 4:17, like, damn, you know, you look across the way at your brothers, right in the congregation, which you're like, damn, the Lord gonna start here.
Right.
I love this brother.
Yeah.
Was it me? You know, you move in that spirit because you just know what you know. Like, all I know is these brothers here. But then when you see, like, yo, it's a lot of niggas out here that know that they Israelites.
Yeah.
It's a lot of nigga women that know that they Israelites. You got a lot of people out here. This thing, like, we just be, because we're working. You know, when you dig it, when you outside and you working on a major building or something, and you just putting shovel to dirt. That's all you see. Is a shovel hitting the ground, dirt being removed, but it takes the foreman to come in, or it takes the person looking down on the work to see the progress. You don't really see progress.
Yeah,
that's true.
So we just be blinded by just working. But then you see these niggas, and it's like it's 1,001 people out here that know about this thing of Israel, man. Everybody knows about Israel.
Yeah.
All your favorite, all your trap boys, all your drug dealers, your favorite rappers,
Comedian.
your tattoo artists,
Yep.
your comedians, your sports.
Entertainment.
Everybody knows about this thing.
Oh, well, that's why they show you that in Triple Nine, man, where they had the Israelites
Oh, yeah.
teaching.
Yeah,
I think it was filmed in Atlanta.
Yep.
Now, what's significant that they have with the Israelites teaching? It was basically, I think if I'm not mistaken, it was a drug operation where it was referenced as Jews, and you had the so-called, Negroes.
Yeah.
They looked like they was, from ISUPK, but they was basically saying that y'all aren't the true Jews.
Yeah.
So this word is proclaimed, man.
Yeah.
And it's they had this movie a couple years ago. I forget what it was called, Brother
Asher.
Asher.
Yeah.
That was supposed to be filmed, but they didn't publish it.
Yep.
So just like the brother said, this word is getting pushed out, and we gotta have that spiritual eye to discern the righteous from the wicked. Because all these goddamn bootleg Israelites, man, all of them ain't right, man.
They're not right.
That movie,
These
Barry,
those guys that land low trying to accumulate, the information and cherry pick at the last end. They ain't trying to do all the work,
Right.
They're not trying to do the
Hell
labor.
no.
Just like you be working a job and the foreman and whatnot, he be real lenient. So you'll have motherfuckers that bullshit most of the job and the other people be working. And then when a GC or somebody come, they want to goddamn grab the shovel and goddamn shoveling the hardest. Because you've been goddamn saving so much goddamn energy, man.
right.
You ain't even been working.
That's a nigga.
But the scripture say the Most High eyes is 10 times brighter than the sun, man. You're gonna end up start zapping a lot of you niggas.
Yeah, because
No,
a lot of you niggas not worthy enough to even see the glory, man. A lot of you niggas, all right, that's playing with this truth, man. You ain't even worthy enough to see that great prophecy that's been spoken about thousands of years ago. You don't deserve to be around to see that, man. The Most High is gonna plague you niggas, man. The Most High is gonna give you some of the most gruesome deaths known to mankind. All right, a lot of you Israelites gonna die worse than some of these Edomites.
Hey, y'all, myself personally, man, the way the level of hates I have for niggas, especially niggas that's bullshitting with this word. Hey, man, I would give a bunch of Edomites a pass to live. I would rather put hands on a nigga first, man. And I'd rather put hands on a nigga that call himself being an Israelite, changing the doctrine.
Yeah.
All you niggas, all you fucking niggas out there, man.
Yeah.
All you want to add the tribe of the Hawaiians in the mix.
Right, yeah.
All you niggas that want to say Esau is Japhet.
Are they all black?
All the tribes are black. All you niggas gotta fucking go, man.
Right.
Yeah.
I hate you niggas, man, because we love this word, man.
Right.
We labor in this word. We take this to heart, man.
That's right.
And you come right around and you try to say these niggas now want to say that Babylon is the great as the Vatican.
Right.
The missiles ain't gonna be the destruction.
And this dude always been bugged out too, though.
See, man.
Remember this guy, what he said when he first got kicked out about the tribe of Dan?
Oh yeah.
And
Always
they tried
got
to make it a
some-
joke like he wasn't really. Nah, nigga, you innovating, bro.
He was serious.
You trying to goddamn start your own little trend. Like, all right, they got the knowledge, but I got the knowledge.
Right. He deep.
They go into the scriptures, but I go into the scriptures. Like, nah, bro.
They don't speak on the lost verses in 2nd Ezra.
Right.
Like, man, you a nigga from Chicago, man. Who the hell are you? Man?
Right.
Yeah.
Nigga from the
You know?
south side.
They talking about the myth, it's more missing books to the Apocrypha and hey, man, shut up.
Yeah, shut up.
Get your fat ass home, man.
I got
Fucking brother.
All right, go ahead,
bro. Matthew 7:19. Every tree that bringeth not forth good fruit is hewn down.
And that's what's going to happen. All right, every tree that bringeth forth not good fruit is going to be hewn down, man.
And how do you know a tree that's not producing good fruit? It's all about the produce, man.
Yep.
Because first off, as a tree, it has to be rooted for it to even produce.
That's right.
A lot of these guys ain't producing because they ain't rooted.
Yeah.
Yep.
It goes hand in hand. They don't have that spiritual roots yanked, or steadfast or anchored into the soil and to draw the moisture from them living waters to produce righteous fruit, man.
If I could, bro, to add to what you're saying, even with trees, all trees don't even have the same type of root systems.
Yep.
There's different types of root systems. See, these trees that you see out there that be huge, they roots be deep in the ground. They go, but then certain type of, like for instance,
We got mangrove trees in the swamps.
I was gonna say like a root, like potatoes.
Oh, yeah.
Potatoes and yams,
Yeah.
their roots spread horizontally across.
Yeah.
So it's easy. You can walk up in a field of potatoes, sweet potatoes, and pull that shit straight out of the ground, no problem. But you try to go out there and a certain tree that's anchored to the earth, man.
What is it? What's that?
Olive trees.
Yeah. What? It's another tree. If I'm
Green Bay.
yeah.
Yeah.
See, we trying to be like them trees, where nothing happens. It don't matter if a hurricane come, that tree gonna be there.
Yeah. Like them palm trees, man.
Oh,
Hurricanes come
goodness.
through, man.
Yeah.
Them
You
palm
don't never
trees
see no
got
palm trees just
flying around, just getting plucked up that easy, man. They built for that.
Right.
But see, and that this all ties in. See, and that's another thing too. You gotta understand when the Spirit of the Lord speaks, he develops understanding. All right, all this stuff that these brothers are saying and bring it out is all tying in with the premise of the topic, which is the glory that shall be revealed. Because before the glory and Yahweh Shai could even be revealed, the elect got to be rooted. That seed got to be planted. They got to be rooted, and then they have to produce fruit.
That's right.
Now I'm gonna say this, and I'm gonna put it on the record, and I don't care how nobody feels. All right, Great Millstone is the most productive Israelite camp in the world.
Oh,
It's
man.
undeniable.
That's the most fruitful and abounding Israelite camp in the world, bar none. All right, now that's the truth, man. All right, because why? The apostles and elders, they were planted on good ground. All right, and they deeply rooted. They got a good foundation. Their brotherhood is on point. All right, they're very brotherly with each other. All right, they don't envy each other. You know, you're not gonna see Apostle Ricard envying Apostle Tahar.
Right.
You know, you ain't gonna see Apostle Ramla envying Apostle Gabar's position. All right, they respect each other's position. All right, they respect the fact that the Spirit of the Lord is dealing with them in their particular according to their particular measure, and they grow. They have grown to now. You have camps in Europe. You have camps in Central America, throughout the islands, all over America, in Canada. All right, you got people waking up in Turkey, in Africa. All right, if you look at the analytics, man, there's people watching the apostles and the elders and the brothers from Great Millstone from everywhere, man.
That's right.
That's the most fruitful camp of Israelites in the world, man.
Yeah.
All right, and that's gonna lead all the way up to the glory of Yahweh Ba'Shem Al-Shai, man.
That's right.
That's a beauty, because then what comes after the when you see the fruit, bro? You got the harvest.
Yeah.
You got to go get the fruit. And what is that? That's the salvation.
Yeah, the reapers.
It tell you that in what's that, Matthew 13:49, that the angels are going to sever the just from among the wicked, and that's what they're doing now. But why are they severing the just from among the wicked? Because the husbandman is going to come and gather this good fruit, man. And that's the time we're going.
Planted you as a noble vine.
How have you become a degenerate? And a lot of you Israelites, man.
That's right.
A lot of you fucking Israelites, man. The Lord Yahweh Ba'Shem Al-Shai is gonna make a drastic move on you, man.
That's
Right? He gonna put all that shit y'all be talking to the test, man. You know, you got the most elaborate fringes known to mankind. Fringes cost $200-300. You know,
Shipped straight from Jerusalem.
right? Beautiful silk. You know, beautiful silk garments with the arm bracelets. You know, with the headband, with the golden
a train flowing in the air and shit with Superman outfits.
Yeah. You know, the Lord got something for you, man. Because your glorious apparel should be in the spirit, man.
Right.
All right? The gospel, man. This gospel of peace.
I got a little bit more on this slide.
Okay, cool.
All right, Matthew 7:20. Excuse me, I started going back to 19. Every tree that bringeth not forth good fruit is hewn down and cast into the fire. Wherefore by their fruits ye shall know them.
Yeah.
Not everyone that saith unto me, Lord, Lord, shall enter into the kingdom of heaven.
Yahweh Shai.
That's right.
That's what it's really saying. That I know Jesus, Yeshua, none of that is saying that's Yahweh Shai. And like I said, you start to see there's a lot of people out here. A lot of your biggest scoffers know the name of the Lord.
Yep.
There's a lot of niggas that's not doing this work up and down the coast of America that know Yahweh Shai's name. They know the salute.
Yeah.
Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai.
Yeah.
They know the salute. They might know the Lord's prayer, but they just off, man. They don't want to deal with that bitter, man. And you know what? Like if I could add what the brother was saying, this part of that glory is us actually seeing the fall of you fakes.
That's right.
Because the scriptures say, "Then shall my chosen be known."
And that's what it says in Sirach. That's one of the greatest things a man lives for, to see the revenge on his enemies.
And you niggas that's in the truth, you're really, you and Esau are our biggest enemies. Really Christianity is not an enemy. You niggas is faking all this. And it's like I remember I left a post, an answer to this to somebody asked the question about, Deuteronomy, was it Deuteronomy 23, where it says, "Thou shalt not abhor an Edomite." And I was like, nah, that's a translation issue. It's a Syrian. Like you said, Whit took them back to in the book of Genesis with Sarah and Laban.
Yeah, right.
Quick, man. 40 minutes later, man, it was all kind of niggas. It's like, here it is. You done built this wall up. You done framed it. You done put the sheetrock on it. You done mudded it. You done sanded it down.
Yep.
You done primed it. You done painted it. And then a nigga want to come in behind you and sledgehammer. You kill a nigga like that on the job, man.
Yeah.
Going against the grain, man. Here it is. The rivers is flowing, constantly and rapidly, and you niggas is putting, goddamn sticks and all kind of things in the way, man.
Throwing barrels in the water.
Barrels, polluting the living water.
Coming in on the job site, shaking the spray paint can.
Shiny work.
I fucking hate niggas, man. Especially
in it.
Yeah, hey, the Most High, very soon, man. That's why the Spirit keep moving us to say it. The Lord real soon is gonna start making moves on you, man. All right, y'all think the Lord is sweet, man. Because you know why? Because America has taught you Negroes not to fear the Lord.
That's right.
All right, it's taught you to fear who? Satan. So subconsciously, that's why you niggas fear the so-called white man. All right, and that's why you so passive when it come to the Most High. You think he's just all low. Well, that's a trick done by the so-called white man.
That's right.
So now you taking that same energy that he pushed on you, and you trying to incorporate that in the truth when it should be the total opposite. You don't fear the so-called white man, and you fear the Lord. And by the fear of the Lord, it tell you what in Isaiah 33 in 6, it say the fear of the Lord is your treasure. All right, that's what gets you out of here, man. So all of you corrupt trees, all right, all of you corrupt fruit, and you unproductive Israelites that's not doing what Yahweh Shai told you to do. The time that you got a couple of pieces of sand left in the hourglass, man.
Right.
And the Lord gonna open up, dude, because the apostles and the elders and the other brothers, we've been putting in an immense amount of time breaking these scriptures down and telling you the right thing, man.
Right.
So now that work that we doing, man, is gonna start to manifest through you people's death.
That's right.
You know?
You
got more?
Yeah, not everyone that saith unto me, Lord, Lord, shall enter into the kingdom of heaven.
And like the brother Abba said, that word right there is Yahweh Shai, Yahweh Shai. That it's a lot of people that know that name. All right, so that's clearly making a distinction that people that know that they Israelites ain't even gonna make it into the kingdom. Go ahead.
But he that doeth the will of my Father, which is in heaven.
That's what it's about. Now, when Yahweh Shai got delivered up to the council, all right, he sent those 3 prayers up. What did he tell the Lord? Lord, if this cup could pass from me, please let it be so. But let thy will be done.
That's right.
And
all right, Yahweh Shai didn't try no other way. He wanted to, he wanted to see if there was anything else that could have been done, but he was still game for whatever Yahweh Shai had set up.
He was willing.
He was willing, and that's how the brothers here at Great Millstone are, man. We adapt to this truth. This truth don't adapt to us.
He adapted. Yeah, that's right.
We've adapted. The truth always been the same. We've just adapted, and we've attached to that healthy vine, and hopefully that if we stay attached to it, we'll produce good fruit. But a lot of you people, man, you've attached yourself to a defiled and filthy Israelite doctrine, man.
And I was gonna say, in the scriptures say that you gotta pick up and bear your cross to follow Yahweh Shai. And the cross was known as burdensome, and also it represents the crucifixion.
Yeah.
Because we spiritually crucified in this life. Yeah. Even though we exist here, we don't exist here simultaneously. It's just like the Matrix. We're a secret society. We're here, but we don't exist here, man. And that's why we say these other people don't exist, because they exist physically, but not spiritually.
That's right.
And that's why we got to move in stealth, man. We really like assassins in the spirit, That's why the Matrix was so spiritual, man.
Yeah.
You see how they moved and how they used to work. It was always on a mission to, you know, disrupt the network of that world and to keep their life going, you know.
That's right. Keep Zion.
That's why they had to avoid the agents. They had to avoid the Sentinels. They had to avoid that death, man.
Because they never went into the Matrix just for fun.
Right.
You know, Neo didn't take Trinity into the Matrix to go get pizza.
Hey, Blade never went into them goddamn clubs with them vampires to goddamn work.
That's true.
He went to go put some work in.
Hey, and that go to show you, man, the prophet is a dirty job.
Right.
You know, it's dirty work.
But Jake make it a fun job. They want to play prophet.
Have fun.
You know, they want to get the nice garment. They want to have a hashtag.
What the cosplay is,
they drag.
Yeah.
Just like the brother say, Israelites and drag, man.
The Israelites and drag. Yeah.
They transvestite. They change their vesture to appear as if, like Scripture talks about how the ministers of Satan, they appear as an angel of light.
That's a good point.
But they're still ministers of Satan. Because they put on the garments, they wear the armbands and all of that, and they do that, right? But like Howard Shah said, they're like whited sepulchres. On the inside, they're full of dead men's bones because the doctrine they're teaching is wayward, man. They're teaching you to do this and do that, which is contrary to the scriptures. But on the outside, they appear clean. That's why Howard Shah cussed the wicked scribes and Pharisees out, man.
That's right.
And after that, what did it say? It said they wanted to kill him, man. They wanted to kill Howard Shah and chop him in his word, but there was nothing they could do. Yo, the gospel is out, man. The truth is out there. The truth is out there, man. There's nothing you can do. And the men of the Lord, the Yahweh Shah have chosen, they're going to be manifest, and you're going to start judging you wicked Israelites, man. Because you ain't got no business doing what you're doing, but guess what? We warned you. The big I told you so was coming.
Yeah, it's coming. Who had something?
I got something.
Yeah.
Bring it out.
I got 2 Peter 2:1. But there were false prophets also among the people.
Yeah.
Even as there shall be false teachers among you.
And we got examples of false prophets in the scriptures, man.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that men that actually prophesy, like this individual, you know, the elder Kasam McGunn I was going to, Hananiah, that spoke of a false prophecy, goddamn jumping the gun over his own will.
Yeah,
you know, and you had a prophet that used to prophesy for generating lucre because they know that the common man isn't up on game.
Yeah, you have people that I think it's in the book of Acts. Well, it's in the New Testament, but you have people that did miracles in the name of Satan.
Mm-hmm.
You have people that was doing miracles and wonders in the name of Satan. That's in the Bible. You know?
Yeah. Even as
so we living in the same time, man. We in the Acts of the Apostles. Starting off with the apostles and elders on down, man. And we are in all these major megapolises or metropolises. You know, megapolis meaning a mega city, you know, or metropolis, mother city. We in these mother cities, just like back then. Corinth, Greece was a mother city.
That's right.
Yep.
You know,
Athens was a major city. Megapolis. Yeah.
Even in the
Ephesus, Galatia, all them different cities had a lot of history in them.
They
were very historical on things that occurred with the Israelites too.
I was gonna say like the beautiful gate in Acts the 3rd chapter.
Oh, yeah.
It was covered in Corinth brass. You know, that was a big gate in the temple. You know, so like them other areas, they were well established. Jake can't see that. That's why when Jake see the scriptures and they be like, it's no difference between Jew and Greek. They just run with it. They don't realize that Greek is a representation of America. It was a metropolis, right? And everything flowed on it. You know, same thing with like those other societies. You had even in Egypt, man. You think it was just Hebrews and Egyptians in Egypt?
Right.
It wasn't like that. It's the same thing with Rome. You think it was just so-called Roman white people and Jews? No, it was. You had Hamites, you had East Indians, you had Arabs, Persians. It was America.
It says, even as there shall be false teachers among you, who privily shall bring in damnable heresies.
And that's what these niggas have been doing online, man.
Yeah.
Through these measures that we ain't been tapped in because it's like, nah, we sticking to this. Then we moving so fast now, but we spreading out. Brothers is using every measure that they can to push this word out, man. So now we seeing like, oh, you niggas over here teaching? Oh, y'all is off.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Y'all snuck in. Y'all that John 10, man. You came in as a thief. Because you're not doing what the Lord said. The Lord said to hit the highways and byways. If I talk to you as an Israelite man, and I ask you, where do you teach at? And if you say anything outside of a address, if that's not where you start at, then you ain't right. Nothing you do is right.
Right.
Yeah.
Nothing you do. You can have a beard. You can have you can have an Aaron beard.
The perfect family.
You have your woman could be in order. Your children got Hebrew names. Your food is kosher. You burn all the incense, anoint everybody. You fast.
Yep.
But if your ass ain't going out and teaching, you're off.
You are.
That's right. That's right.
That's right. And that's on smack dab on point. The Lord said He sent us out to prophesy to the nation. Now, if you an Israelite man and you heard this truth, you should be on the highways and byways right now.
Yeah, because the Most High is not looking for citizens, man. He's looking for laborers.
Yeah.
When Israel is established, when the rest is over, that's when we could, be citizens and kings, and really take the office of being priests. Because we're prisoners of hope, but our works and our labor shows our belief. Just like Paul. If Paul was sitting on his ass and studying all day, how much fruit would he have gathered?
Yeah,
not much.
What would the Gentiles be?
Yeah,
he was doing that.
But he had to go outside his way. He had to take missionaries, man. Yeah. That's why Paul was known as his mission. Paul was known for his missionaries.
That's right.
Yahushua. He told the disciples, here it is. He brought them up in the spirit, made them leave their families' houses, and sent them forth.
See? That's a cut.
Yeah. He took them from their occupations. He took them out of their job. Hey,
he made them quit.
He made them quit their jobs.
On site.
Yeah.
On site. And just said, y'all come with me. I'm gonna make you official men.
Yeah.
But see, hey, the reward that the prophet is gonna get for that labor is gonna be incredible. It's gonna be truly amazing, man. What the Lord is preparing for the men, man.
That's right.
All right. And then the women that come up under those men, y'all gonna be laced in dip too, man.
Yep.
But right now you shut the fuck up.
And it show you too that this glory is all for the men right now. Because even women, you women don't even you don't have enough vision to see further down the line.
Yeah.
Because even I even be thinking about that. Here it is. You might have one woman that's been with you. You know how much glory that one woman might get just by bringing your first child into the kingdom? Right. But these women don't even think like that. They don't think like, damn, I could bring the first seed of this king into the kingdom of heaven.
Yeah.
Right.
But now you fucking women, you don't want to see that. You don't want to see the glory that comes from something like that. Now I want to teach.
Yeah, I want a YouTube channel.
I want a YouTube channel.
I got a voice. I want to use it.
Like, shut up.
I can help. Now, how about you help blow the fellow man of the camp's rod every now and then, so that he could be cool and calm and collected, so he could push the word.
Yeah. That's how
some kind of comfort.
That's help. That's your way of helping the ministry, man.
Pleasure your husband.
Cook chicken, man.
Yeah, because that
I like chicken. Man.
The scriptures gives an outline of the offices and the positions that each individual of Israel has to play. When you read in the scriptures, it speaks about, the man will actually have to take the office of a priesthood. It was so disciplined that which particular tribe you were, you had to take that office.
Of course.
If you were a Levite and you came out of the Levitical priesthood, that Levitical line of Aaron, you could not be a goddamn cook, man, or a waiter, or a construction worker. Yeah. You were strictly tailored to do that specific office, and you did it, man. It was your requirement. And that's the same thing with everything, man. We're required. We don't have privileges in this truth, man. You sign up as a worker, man, a fellow laborer. And if you're not willing to take that, which comes with the contract, then don't try to get hired on a job, man.
Yeah, just don't, man.
How the fuck but these niggas, these same niggas that'll goddamn go to Esau job and put in 50, 55 hours, man. Yeah. And smile when they get their check. When it comes down to the work of the Lord, man,
I can't do that.
Can't do you too.
They be like Christians. Well, God love the world. Man, you might as well just be in a church and just go on Sundays, man. Yeah. You'll satisfy your woman the same way. Yeah. But a lot of these niggas be trying to be different, man. They want to be offset.
That's right. And it shows you that internally they serve men. Yeah. Cause you go and work, they'll tell you, they'll give you voluntary overtime. The niggas still take it. Yeah, you know. But then when you gotta do 30 minutes worth of videos a week, I don't know about that, man.
Wow.
But go and put in 40 hours plus overtime, and don't complain about nothing.
Might be a chief
But-
slave.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Like the logic of that's why a nigga just gotta be destroyed. There's no hope for the nigga way of thinking.
Yeah.
And I'll be honest, man, we had a nigga year in this camp, man.
Yeah.
We had a very niggerish year.
That's why we hate niggas so much. We just didn't get to this point just by chance.
Right.
All right, we are in a nigga capital.
Good.
So to deal with we be around nothing but niggas all the time.
All the time.
And then to come into a sanctuary around brothers that you're supposed to be look at as fellow brothers, fellow men of the Lord, and it's just another nigga that's like a nigga done came into the group. It's like I ain't got time for this shit, man.
Yeah.
All right, but I got a scripture real quick.
I'm gonna read this. Well, Apostle Ramlab just posted one on the chat.
Okay, come.
I'm gonna read that real quick, then you can get it out. This is you know, that go back to the point that we were making. And shalom to all of you brothers on the comment board as well, all of the apostles and the elders on the comment board. Shalom to Wada for tuning in. But this is 1 Corinthians 2:9. It says, "But as it is written, I have not seen nor ear heard, neither have entered into the heart of man the things which the Most High has prepared for them that love Him."
Yeah, it's gonna blow our imagination, man.
Mhm.
That means the image that we actually perceive in the truth, which the Most High gives us it through words of the scriptures, we still don't even know the half of it, man.
Yeah.
We have a light understanding on the glory that we're gonna obtain, but now it takes us to live out these curses and live through these judgments, man.
Yeah.
That's like you in a penitentiary, so to speak, and it's spoken of that you're gonna have a number of years, but after that you're gonna be able to live in paradise.
Right.
But wouldn't you be a diligent individual in the penitentiary?
That's how you get your sentence reduced.
Yeah, that's how you get your sentence reduced. Whether you're reading and
Mhm.
accumulating different things so you could get groomed into that mind frame, so that when you're brought back into regular free society, you'll be right and you will match the society that you're living in. But a lot of these niggas, they want to do wickedness and do what they want to do and think they're gonna come in the kingdom like that, man.
Yeah.
It starts with us adapting to the spirit of the Lord, tailoring our mind to these scriptures, and then in due time, that's when the Most High is gonna rain down blessings upon us.
And can I add to your point too? Because see, with that way of thinking, like scripture say, that leads to death. But you got to understand, the whole fabric of society is going to change once we get our glory.
That's right.
Okay, it's not going to be, like even the feeling of a certain amount of fame and status that you get on this side is going to be nothing compared to what we get on the other side, man.
Yeah.
What we do right here, and the grunt work and the shoveling and all that, like what brother's saying in the spirit, what we do now, we're going to be legends in the kingdom, man.
Yeah.
Forever.
But we're going to be living legends, man.
That's right.
We're literally going to, there's going to be stories told about us, and you're going to sit back and you be like, yep, that was me. We did that.
God.
But, and who we going to get the glory to? How about Hashem Yahushua? Because it's not of us.
And you know what a nigga would do if a nigga was giving this word, he'd take all the credit.
Right.
He won't give all praises to Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. He would want to take all the credit for everything, man. That's why this truth is getting. That's why the Lord deal with the lowly and the meek and the humble, man. The Lord don't deal with the high-minded spirit, man. Because when you high-minded, man, you want to take all the credit. You want to. I'm this type of person, and I do things like this. It's a I mentality. Me, my
ego.
But the Lord ain't dealing with that. That's why He's going to reward those like Barzal went into that word earlier, and one of the words that stood out was being abstinent. I forgot what was the word you went into earlier?
Oh, mortify.
Mortify. And that word was a definition for that word mortify was abstinent.
Well, more than death.
And being abstinent, you don't have sex. That's being a pure virgin.
That's why you chastise.
Yeah, that's why you chastise yourself.
Times you would actually, when the king was going on a long journey, the woman would have to chastise herself. And that's spiritual now. The king is on a long journey. We have to chastise ourselves on all the things of this world, the lust of the flesh, the lust of the eyes. It was designed to put people asunder, but it was it was also designed for certain people to pass this test.
Because what happens when a woman is left at home and her husband goes on a long journey? Naturally, a woman wants what? She wants sex. So she starts falling into what? Lust.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe somebody around the palace or the castle that she
Guardmen.
right, that she makes she feel like she could get away with it just to fulfill that instant pleasure.
Mm-hmm.
But a woman that's like, no, I'm gonna just wait this whole 7 months till he come back. I ain't gonna do nothing. Man, when that man comes back to that woman, he gonna make sure everybody at the palace got a nice
Take a week off.
Yeah, take a week off. You got a nice feast tonight.
Yep.
He gonna get you the finest linen, get you some of the finest stones. All right, and then when it's time for y'all to really do the thing, man, he gonna show you he love you.
I got something for you.
And I was gonna say something
Okay,
too,
yeah.
and that's why it was a law that if women were committed adultery in the Old Testament, that the priest would give her a certain type of drink.
Yeah.
You know, and what it said that I think,
If a thyroid,
yeah,
thyroid,
thyroid,
yeah,
you know,
or swell.
and that's a lot of these guys, man. They thyroided Israelites, man, because they're over here sleeping and playing the hoe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This
And then,
truth-
hey, you know, it was heavy too. Deuteronomy 20, was it Deuteronomy 22? The damsel that cried out,
Yep.
that's being raped.
Oh yeah.
That's us. We the one. You got these niggas talking about y'all whining. Well, you the virgin that's betrothed.
Yeah, they didn't cry out.
They ain't
That's
crying
not
out.
crying out. Both of y'all gonna be put to death.
That's a good point.
But I gotta-
Okay,
Go
go
ahead.
ahead. No, you got. I'm
this is,
gonna get some more of these precepts on the comment board.
This is Matthew 19, and I started at 11. It says, but he said unto them, all men cannot receive this same, save they that whom it is given. For there are some eunuchs which were so born from their mother's womb, and there are some eunuchs which were made eunuchs of men, and there be eunuchs which have made themselves eunuchs for the kingdom of heaven's sake.
And that's
Mhm.
us. We're
Yep.
eunuchs for the kingdom of heaven's sake. Meaning we actually chastise ourselves and we cut off the lust of the flesh. We circumcise ourselves, you know, cut out that outward flesh and made ourselves clean and holy unto the Most High. You know, and it said that man will get circumcised on the 8th day. Which that the letter, the number 8 represents new life, man. Wasn't eight individuals in the chambers of the Noah's Ark? You know, and that was where life sprang out of. So it's the same thing now. You know, us keeping ourselves pure. You know, the Most High is going to reward us with what? The kingdom of heaven.
That's right, brother. And that's a beautiful reward, man. And the Lord is going to make sure He do it big too. You know. But you add something?
Well, yeah, I want to read the scripture that Apostle Ronald had put up here, because that was just what brothers I just said.
Yeah.
You know, because we get that new life, we're going to get everything, like, you know. And then what you said too, when Yahweh Shai comes back to get his bride, and he goes into the bride, to the spirit, he's going to, this kingdom is going to be glorious, man.
Yeah.
You know, but I'm going to read this. This is Psalm 16 and 11. It says, thou wilt show me the path of life. In thy presence is fullness of joy. Right? Because when you go to Revelation, the 21st chapter, it talks about how the Most High is going to dwell with us, man. So when his presence is there, we're going to have continuous joy forever. It says, at thy right hand, there are pleasures forevermore. So just imagine that, man. We're going to have pleasures forevermore once we get this glory. But of course, first we got to go through this hell. We got to go through the BS, but that's nothing compared to what we're getting ready to gain, man. We just gotta chastise ourselves. We gotta be, continue to stay diligent, continue to endure this wickedness, because in a little time, it's gonna be put out.
Yeah.
Right? Evil's gonna be put out, and then the truth is gonna flourish. And like I said earlier, the whole status quo, the whole spirit of this world is gonna change, man.
Yeah.
Our reality is gonna be everybody's reality.
Yeah.
And either you're going to be those that stand at the finish line, getting the gold, getting those crowns, or you're going to be on the ground crying and sobbing, weeping and gnashing of teeth.
Yeah. That's right. I got another precept I want to get from Apostle Ramlab on the comment board. Luke chapter 12, verse 32. It says, fear not, little flock, because the Lord dealing with a little sanctuary.
Right.
All right, he's dealing like even in the book of the Maccabees. The Lord said he could take down a large army with a small company. roughly paraphrasing.
And,
So the Lord is dealing with a small sanctuary here.
and if we let's in this for edification add that too, that flock is men.
That's right.
Pertaining
Right.
to Proverbs
8 and 4,
Ezekiel,
Ezekiel 34 and 31.
Right. The flock that the Lord is speaking of is men, man. Because you got this wicked spirit that's trying to include these women, man.
Come.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You got it, bro. I just wanted to
Because
throw
even
that
when
in
you
there.
deal with flocks of certain animals and you're dealing with farming, you would actually isolate the men from the women. You know, if you were dealing with reproduction and different things of that nature, in certain cases, the men would have to be caged up in a certain area, male animals and the female animals.
Yeah.
So that's order, man.
There's order, man.
GQ.
It says, fear not, little flock, for it is your Father's good pleasure to give you the kingdom. And man, the Lord is going to be pleased. That's just like a man that got a righteous, a virtuous wife. You know, that's why the scriptures tell you these things. Who can find a virtuous wife for her price is far above rubies?
Right.
Why? Because man, a woman, a virtuous woman in the household is an addition. She's an asset to your household. All right, she's an asset to your life.
It's needed.
You live like men
It's
that got good, that had so-called good or decent women. They live long, man.
Yeah,
They live long. But see, a wicked woman does. It said a wicked woman abated the courage.
Well, the scriptures say that about a man with a virtuous woman has a double life.
Yeah, she's an extension of that man's life because of the comfort that she gives him.
Right.
So I guarantee you that man take care of her. He makes sure she got all her necessities. She makes sure that he provides, and he makes sure that that woman is good because she's an asset to his life. So what more the men that's out here laboring, those wise virgins that's trimming their lamps and they presenting themselves holy before Yahweh Shema Shai. What do you think the Lord is going to do for those men? It's going to far exceed the imagination, man.
Yeah.
All right, the Lord is going to show you, hey, just listen, because y'all did these things for me. All right, you were an asset. All right, and not a liability. You actually added to the building of my house.
That's right.
I you can rest, and I got some good treasures stored up for you.
Don't lift that hand.
And look, and you know, whenever a husband wants to give a woman a gift, what does he do? He surprises her.
Yep.
You don't tell her what he's getting her.
Right.
He waits at the perfect time.
Yeah.
Then he surprises her, the element of surprise. So the Lord hasn't even disclosed everything in writing that he's going to do for us.
Hey,
You know,
if I could say,
of course.
you know how the scriptures teach us as men of the Lord how to deal with women. That's the same exact way that the Lord is dealing with us.
Yep.
Like the scriptures tell you not to tell, basically keep thy lips to the she that lays in your bosom. Same thing applies. The Lord said we prophesy in part and we know in part.
Yeah.
So there's certain things that's so much heavier in the spirit. The Lord is not going to give to us because it's the same relative relationship between us and our women. You're not going to tell your woman all the internals.
God, right.
You tell her what she needs to know, and it's enough to keep her going. And that's what the Lord doing to us. That's what that's why we gotta
That's why we
continue.
don't know who the elect.
That's why we gotta
Keep going.
continue on what we got, man. Because then men want to jump the gun and get super deep.
Yeah.
We ain't. That's not what we here for.
God,
That's right. That's right.
God,
Scripture say, continue thou in the things which thou hast learned.
yeah.
Yeah.
Keep
I'm
word, continue.
gonna get one more precept off the comment board from Apostle Ramla that y'all brothers can bring out what y'all got. But this is Isaiah chapter 60 verse 21. It says, "Thy people also shall be all righteous." That's something that, and that brother Abba always made this point, and I used to say it back in the day a lot too. But it's that right there alone, just every Israelite, man, woman, and child in order.
100%
It's like
That's
even
a
trying to
miracle.
wrap your mind around that right now is that's going to be a blessing, man. All right, it says, "They shall inherit the land forever, the branch of my planting, the work of my hands, that I may be glorified." And that's what we want to do, man. We want Yahweh Shema Shai first and foremost to reap the benefits behind creating us.
That's right.
You know, We want to make sure we taking care of our spiritual man, so to speak.
Yep.
That's right.
As a collective body known as a virgins.
Yes, right.
You know, we got to make sure that, you know, the father is taken care of. Like everything is prepared in the house for when he come home. He come home from working, and he can come and rest, and you know he can be pleased at our works. And you're like, oh, you hung this up in the house. Oh, I see you got the candles lit, and you got. Oh, so you actually been thinking about me then.
Hey, but you know, but this is how you know how everything that we're gonna do in the kingdom, all our riches, we're still gonna have a tight system. Because things are still going to have to be done. We're gonna give tithes to the Lord.
Yeah.
We're gonna do all those things in righteousness, man.
Yeah.
Because it's like, you know, you think about when you was in the world, when you was young. You know, who did you want to throw a birthday party for you? Your mom. Your mom. She paid attention to the details.
Mm-hmm.
She put her heart into it.
She bought the best cake.
She did right. It was
She know what you love.
You know what you like.
That's right. She knew all those details, and that's how we're gonna be. Like you said, in the spirit, in the kingdom of heaven, we're not going to eat with everything, the gift givings, okay, the offerings. We can't do it on this side.
Hey, brother's gonna be writing some crazy songs.
Oh yeah.
To send up to the Lord, beautiful prayers.
Beautiful.
Like, you know what I'm
It's
saying?
gonna
Like brothers, Passovers and different feasts that they have in wherever they
The
at.
Feast of Weeks.
Oh.
Was it the Feast of Weeks and the Feast of
Tabernacles.
Feast of Tabernacles?
Man, it's gonna be immaculate, man. You know, because hey man, we want to please the Heavenly Father, man. Like everything that you see out here is Yahweh Bashim Shai's labor.
Yep.
Yahweh Bashim Shai is in the heavens displeased right now, man.
Say
With what's
it's
going on, with what's going on down here. He's highly displeased. He's angry. He's boiling hot right now, man. And we want, you know, the Father to be at ease, man. To look down on earth and see righteousness and see everything being governed properly.
My children.
You know, good, like
Son.
seeing good, like actually being able to like be pleased at what he created.
Not
Because
looking
it
at
was,
his filthy rags.
yeah, and you remember when the Lord said it grieved the Lord to make men.
Yep.
You know, it's like, man, we want to get to the point of living to where we're not hurting the Lord anymore. We're not disappointing him. You know, everything is ran according to his will, and we constantly establish you know, our position with the Heavenly Father, man. Like ain't nobody on the planet Earth coming with nothing but this. You don't have no right. You're not gonna have no rights in the kingdom of heaven to worship your own God and a right to protest. No, we gonna make sure our Father is happy, man. And that starts with our labors right now.
Yeah.
And that's the type. A lot of you Israelites, you allow too much shit, man. You allow too much bullshit, man. All right, because you ain't thinking about the Heavenly Father and what He want done. You thinking about what you want done, man. All right, and that's why the Lord, His wrath is gonna come down on you, and He's gonna beat that adulterous woman. He's gonna beat you, man, because He came home and seen you tricking around, man.
That strange woman doing a whoring.
Yeah.
All right, precept.
Yeah.
Sirach 4:10. Be as a father unto the father. Excuse me, I'm starting now. Deliver him that suffereth wrong from the hand of the oppressor, and be not faint-hearted when thou sittest in judgment. Be as a father unto the fatherless, and instead of an husband unto their mother. So shalt thou be as the son of the Most High, and he shall love thee more than thy mother doth.
And man, that's bro. That's incredible, man. For the Lord Yahweh Bashim Shai to actually make His love known towards you. See, right now, man, we don't know what kind of spirit the Lord is gonna put on us. We hope and pray that the Lord has mercy on us in that day. But when it's actually declared that you one of those men, and I love you from the Creator, that's gonna send a feeling through your body, man. That's just like a woman, man, a woman that grew up idolizing, let's say Chris Brown or somebody, to actually meet him and then become his girlfriend. Right. Do you know that feeling of euphoric feeling that woman will have because the man that she grew up loving and caring for and just posters on the wall, now he actually loves her, and that's a feeling that we're gonna feel that similar feeling. All right. It's gonna be a marriage, man. We're gonna be joined together. All right. When you join together, you become one. And the body of Yahweh Shema Shah, the members of the 144,000, will be joined, married to Yahweh while Yahweh Shah. And that's going to send a feeling through our body of comfort, of just being, just being happy that you submitted. And I finally, got a chance to be a part of this kingdom. That's what we fighting for.
That's
man.
right, bro.
We not fighting each other.
Right.
We not. Look at his shoes. His shoes ain't tied all the way to the top. Who cares? Look how short he is. Look at this. Look at that. Listen, man. That's not the problem right now, man. The problem is we got these devils ruling over us, and we want to go home to our Father.
Yeah.
So can you please shut your mouth, all right, and
Do what's
put some
right.
work. Do the right thing and put some work in, man. And love your brothers, man.
That's the Yahweh Shah said that these two laws, the whole law fall upon.
Yep.
What he said, love your brother as you love yourself.
Yep.
And the other one was put no power in front of I think, I believe, what was it, the first one?
Oh, love the Lord with all our heart,
That's
mind,
right.
and soul, and love thy brothers thyself.
That's right.
Yeah.
Because
The two greatest commandments.
that's the two greater commandment, and all things the law hang upon them. Because if you do right by righteousness by your brother, which this is the highest level of love, is teaching our brethren this truth, man.
That's right.
Is how we actually treat our people from these demons that's actually jumping on. Here it
Right.
is, they have all these sicknesses, and they're basically going without cure or remedy. Viruses actually spreading throughout their body, but we're actually diagnosing them with the and letting them know what sickness they have and treating them through this word, man.
That's right, brother.
That's why the scriptures say, deliver him that suffereth wrong, because the Most High delivered us. He brought us into this labor, and he gave us this special information, this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding to push and exalt the horn of the people, man, of the sons of the righteous. Bring back in the church of the firstborn.
That's right. And if I could say something, Barzal, to add to what you're saying, you brothers that picked up this plow, understand what you're working for.
Right.
All right. Understand why Yahweh Shema Shah called you into this thing, man. All right. This ain't the time. This brother Abba did a video. This is not the time to be simple. All right. This is not the time, man. Understand what you're doing. You are taking down a country, one of the most powerful country on the face of the earth.
An empire.
An empire, a dynasty, man.
Yep.
This is a dynasty, a rule of powerful families that we trying to break down, and we trying to establish a righteous kingdom on the same earth. That's what we laboring for. Do not be simple, man. All right. Understand why you in this thing, why the Lord called you, and understand what this thing requires to get the job done, man. All right. Don't come in this thing trying to, supersede and trying to seek vainglory, and you questioning, I don't know about the apostles and elders, but why you in the camp?
Right.
Yeah.
Like understand what this thing is about, man. Understand that there's brothers in this thing that's catching hell for this doctrine, that's losing families for this doctrine, that's actually put all their marbles into this doctrine to save themselves and their family. Understand that it's men that's died for what we saying.
That's right.
All right, our forefathers pass from this. All right, understand that what you're doing
Our Lord and Savior died for this.
to establish this work,
That's right.
to establish this work that you have taken upon yourself to do. Understand what this thing really means, man.
We want the glory.
And that's why the scriptures
Right.
say, cast not your pearl before swine, lest they trample it asunder. A lot of these men just be stepping on the words of their fathers, man.
That's right.
Yeah,
Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, they stood for it and died for the righteous, for righteousness' sake. Yahweh Shah, our Savior, he died for righteousness' sake.
yeah,
So while he's on his long journey, we have to stand up for him and actually, exalt his name while he's not on earth.
yeah.
Because that's what you do with a king, man. If the
Yeah.
king is not present in this kingdom, you still let it be known the king wants it done like that. The king wants it done like this.
But
You don't,
a lot of them
you don't
niggas,
let the king's house go in shambles.
a lot of these niggas grow up and they be talking a lot of shit about their dad too.
Yeah.
My dad this and my dad that. And he this and he that.
That's a principle law too.
Yeah,
I did a post on that, man. Don't be disrespecting your parents, man.
Hell no,
Yeah,
man.
because
You can't
it
do
all
that.
reads, it all ties into the type of individual you are, man.
That's right.
You know, it's a lot like what we're saying is just the fact that a lot of you bootleg Israelites,
Yeah.
right? You Fuchi Israelites, you know, it's some off-brand niggas.
A lot of you niggas would have been better off with a box, man.
Yeah,
Yeah.
a lot of you niggas, man. It's just you just make Israel look so bad, man.
Mm-hmm.
You show off your garments, then it don't be no ribbon or blue on it.
Right.
Yeah.
Cloth and
Just a cloth and fringes.
Yeah. Looking like
No fringes.
like you got on a Islamic guard.
Right.
You know, that's your niggas, man. But you know
Shabbat
what?
shalom.
Yeah, the Most High we gonna get a couple more precepts. We gonna close it up.
I had something for you.
Yeah, I got something.
All right, kind of bring you out what you got.
So we just going to the glorious. I'm gonna go to Deuteronomy 28. We just read down a little bit. Deuteronomy 21. And it says, "And it shall come to pass, if thou shalt hearken diligently unto the voice of the Lord thy power, to observe and do all his commandments, which I command thee this day."
And the Lord's giving out instructions to hearken diligent.
Mhm.
So here it is, you gotta listen, but you gotta be diligent with your listening, man.
Right.
You have to constantly
Pay
be
attention.
keeping your eyes and you know your mind in the reports of these words. And what else is said? To observe.
Mhm. Yeah.
Given the observation, that's constant, man. If you
Right.
if you looking at something, you know, or under some type of investigation, you know, same as you observing a criminal, you're gonna always observe him. You're gonna actually look and inspect him and look at the way and style of life before you actually crack down on him.
Yeah, them detective movies where they had the board,
Yeah.
and they be all kind of pictures and
Yeah.
strings.
Yeah.
That's somebody diligent.
Yeah.
That's how we is with the prophecies, man.
Needles. Yeah.
You know, looking at current
Yeah.
events, matching it with the history, matching it with the prophecies. That's what a watchman does, man.
That's right.
You gotta know how to connect the dots in this.
Well, that's what you call a nobleman.
Yep.
Mhm.
A noble. That's what you call a nobleman. When you look, because this truth is a web. You know, it links up, and it all has a core, which the core is Yahweh Shema Shai.
Yep.
You have different parts of this truth. That's why you got to know the doctrine as well. You got to know what the apostles and elders teach, because it's different facets of this truth. It has one energy source, but it's different breakdowns. You got to know about prophecy. You got to know about the different prophecies. You got to know the wisdom. You got to know how to carry yourself.
Every
with
line's
the
a
brothers. Yeah, you got to know how to eat. You got to know how to prophesy to the other nations. Or if you get pulled over by the police, you got to know how to, you know. So it's different things of this truth as well that you have to know how to break down. And it all is going to build up to a bigger picture.
That's right.
You know, it's going to build to a bigger picture, and this is going to be like, in our minds, it's going to be like, wow,
But you know what?
this is like I didn't even know that. Like, life is going to mean something totally different than what it means to us now, because we don't really understand. We don't really understand what
We're low.
Yeah, like we don't understand like the vastness of the universe.
We're low.
We low, bro.
We are low.
We don't understand like how to travel to different galaxies and how to like we don't know any of these things. So when we actually tap into that, life is going to be, the meaning of life is going to be totally different than what it is now. Because see, Jake think that they were put here to be a dope boy and to make beats and to eat fried chicken. That's what they think life is.
Yep.
And then you die.
The niggas think
It's
they gonna
way beyond that, man.
As if to say that that the inhabitants of the peoples, they say their heart shall be changed to another meaning. That's an apocryphal. So like everything is gonna change, man.
Yeah.
Because
niggas think that it's gonna be in the kingdom drinking sweet tea all the goddamn time.
nah,
I'm gonna read a little bit more. Further more than this one.
okay.
It says that the Lord thy power will set thee on high above all nations of the earth.
Man, we're gonna get exalted, man. We're gonna go up the elevator. You know, because right now we at the bottom, man. But it's before you even obtain the kingdom, like I said, the poor man has to acquire that skill. You know, it's scripture speaking at Ecclesiastes, how the rich are, you know, the rich man is brought low, and basically the wicked man is exalted on horses, but which represents power. But the wicked man is going to be knocked out of that power seat.
That's right.
And we're going to be exalted. Read that part over.
Yeah, that the Lord thy power will will set thee on high above all nations of the earth.
Yeah, we're gonna be above all nations. It's gonna be a whole nother empire, man.
And it's not gonna be a close race. No,
Bro, nah,
it's not gonna be like we here and Ishmael is kind of there. No. We're gonna be beyond them. Like we're gonna be the sons of God, and they're gonna be the sons of men. It's gonna go back to that. We're gonna go back to being the giants of the earth.
It's that wide gulf that it talks about. You know, where it said the gulf is too wide to even give thee a drink of water, man. A drop of water, because it's going to be like the brother just said, we're going to be the sons of God, manipulating the elements, being able to deal within the different dimensions. Meanwhile, you're going to have slaves,
humans,
that humans. We say
mere mortals.
Mortals. It's going to be like Asgard and Midgard. Man. It's going to be like Thor and them in their dimension, and then it's going to be these humans that do nothing but
useless.
Hey man, it'll be like Loki, man. We're gonna take over all
on Earth.
That's a whole nother realm of thinking.
realm.
That's a whole nother realm. That's a whole nother realm of understanding that we hadn't even tapped into.
That's the more educated science, man. Because even when you're dealing with science, you got stages of science. You got biology, where you learn about the basic. What other branches? You got geology, physics,
zoology,
or metaphysics and stuff. But you go into that real high science, where
quantum physics,
quantum physics and different things of that nature. And a lot of that it explodes our mind frame.
Where the damn formula be this whole goddamn wall, all kind of symbols, but it means something.
It means something.
But that's how Esau tapped into that left hand side. That's why when you read in the scripture in Daniel, when Nebuchadnezzar was looking for those dreams, he hired the highest people of wisdom because he knew they could interpret the future through fortune telling and clairvoyance. And actually taking different things and cross-referencing them and seeing how everything applies today, because everything is an algorithm.
And that's how you know that even based on Esau's left-hand side calculations, they see that, you know how you just said they have a whole wall with a whole formula? Right when they get to the end of the formula and they put the little equal sign there, guess what it all boils down to? We probably gonna be destroyed. They know because their calculations show it got to be some kind of nuclear part. That's why we have these articles and things of that nature.
It's the one famous guy Neil Tyson. Those guys are top physicists, and they believe in a higher power. They speak on it. Like, he was cutting you Christians. He was just like, man, all I know is I see the universe and it's all destruction and trying to kill us. But you say God is all love and peace. Right. They don't believe in the narrative of God, and that's where we come in. And you know what they term it? You know what the term of that is? Where the scientists reach a point where it's like we can't go no further. They call it the gap of God, or the God's gap.
They can't fill in.
They can't get past a certain point.
That's crazy.
No, that's in Job.
Yeah, because they know.
The scripture say.
Okay, go ahead.
I would say in Job that the Most High pointed the boundaries that he can't pass. But I think it's
and I was just gonna add to that brother Abba's point, because that's Yahweh Bashim Awashai works with them on the left hand side. Right. So when they boil everything down to the end result, they always come. That's why the elite got shelters.
They probably not even on Earth no more.
No.
They probably feel it so close that they like, fuck that. You got a lot of crackers out here that are already living in their bunkers, man.
They know. Like, the equation always boils down to the end of this society. Even on the right hand side, we deal with the spiritual aspect, and we deal with prophecy. Right. And that prophecy always boils down to what? The end of America, destruction. So on the left hand side, it's still one spirit that's controlling all of this, and it's going to always conclude to that one conclusion. So we have to be in the mind frame as laborers and fellow yokemen, and lively stones with each other. We got to understand the mission while we on the battlefield. I can't up fire on another brother that's with me just because he stepped on my shoe. Like, hey, brother, watch you walking, brother. You know,
right.
and you get back to the cause you trying to win the battle, so you and your brother could go home to your families, man.
That's right.
All right, you trying to win the fight. You know, you trying to taste that glory, man. Everybody looking at you, you get to come back into your city, and everybody welcomes you at the airport. You got your badges, your medals, and sergeant, and you get saluted in front of everybody. Then you get recognized for your work, your fight. And that's what's gonna happen with us, man.
That's right.
Them soldiers over there in America, them soldiers, these American soldiers, man. They back in the day, these people had camaraderie, man.
Yep.
All right, they were all focused back in World War I and World War II. Now that's how you know America's gonna be broken down, because everybody got different point of views in this World War III scenario.
Right. Yep.
Everybody, you got dudes that's in the army that's against gays, and now you could be a transgender.
Yep.
Some people hate blacks, some blacks hate whites.
They don't agree with women being there.
Right, they don't agree. So it's like your army is not even seeing eye to eye. How you gonna take anything down, man?
Same be about this thing.
So that's right, but you can get that precept because we're gonna wrap it up.
Yeah, I was doing something.
All right, bring it out, Barzal. You had it?
In the Corinthians, the one I had before.
Whichever one you want.
Oh, okay.
Oh, well, I have that's 1 Corinthians. 1 Corinthians 3:12. Now, if any man build upon this foundation gold, silver, precious stones, wood, hay, stubble, every man's work shall be made manifest.
Yeah.
For the day shall declare it.
And that day is going to come with what? With fire. All right. So now you have elements that are stubble-like elements is going to get burned. All right. If you have refining elements, actual pure resources from the earth, what's going to happen to those elements, those works, is going to be refined. They're not going to, they can't suffer damage. There's no way you can burn gold.
Right.
You can throw gold into a bonfire. You ain't gonna burn it.
Yeah, you might melt it down, but it's gonna come back together.
When that fire dwindles out and you clean up all the stubble and the ash, you still gonna see that gold, man.
Well, that's how we like spiritual terminators, man. You know, after you blow one of the terminators up and it liquefies and reforms, man.
Yeah.
You know, because even when you're dealing with elements, high elements like gold, for instance, and diamonds, those are the elements that's generated, you know, in the earth, so to speak.
Through pressure.
Yeah, through pressure. They designed through intense pressure that's in formulations in the core, so to speak, of the earth.
That's why they call them VVSs.
Yeah.
Because those are the different levels that they grab the diamonds. I think because you got VSs, and I think VVS is that's like the lowest diamond that you can dig up. That's like the most pure, and it was all developed through pressure. You know,
and just like what the brother said, the fire, when the intensity of fire, it's not going to break us down. It's going to intensify our spirit, man. Just like when you deal with gold, it doesn't actually destroy the gold mineral. Gold goes through the fire in the furnace of infirmity, so it can intensify and it can clean up all the debris and all the impurities. But it spoke about wood, hay, because there's a lot of men that's really that. They actually wood, the hay, stubble. How is that going to react to fire? It's going to get consumed easily.
Right. A bunch of newspaper.
Yeah. Bonfire. They just fuel for the fire.
All right.
Yeah.
Every man's
Stuffings.
every man's work shall be made manifest, for the day shall declare it, because it shall be revealed by fire.
That's right. So everybody gonna get tried through the fire, even the elect. They tell you that in Revelation, the 3rd chapter. Right? Even the elect is going to be tried through that fire. But because we've been building, and we've been building with good works, you know, that's why you got to be careful how you work and how you labor.
That's right.
You know, don't be jumping off the deep end, man. Just deal with your measure.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Whatever measure Yahweh Shai gave you, just deal with that measure. You know, now you may see certain brothers that may have a heavier portion, and you may, you know, desire to grow. Then you follow that brother. You know, but don't try to run and try to catch up and pass, because you're never gonna be able to pass anybody before you. Yeah. You know, you can keep pace with the brother that's in front of you.
Just try to keep up.
Just keep up with him. But you know, we can never pass Apostle Tahar. He put in 30 years. Right. You know, we can never pass anybody that was before us. Nobody can pass him.
It's impossible.
It's impossible because they've been running the race longer than you. You just gotta, see them brothers still constantly moving in front of you and just keep pace with them. And that goes into you holding yourself accountable how you work, man. Don't be putting in no shoddy work in this thing, man. Just throwing up stuff, man. Just saying all kind of shit and just doing nigga shit or not doing enough, man. Because you can have sometimes you don't do enough. So understand what this labor is about and what we're gonna receive on the back end, man. Benefit from this.
Yeah, the byproduct of this work.
Got some.
It's more. There's some more.
Okay. Let's see. Excuse me.
Verse 14, if any man's work abide which he hath built thereupon, he shall receive a reward.
Mm-hmm.
If any man's work shall be burned, he shall suffer loss, but he himself shall be saved, yet so as by fire.
So that's the main point, man. Because just like the brothers were saying, everything that we actually build and is establishing is going to be tried by intensity, man. The scriptures speak about how this devil is going to come down with great wrath in the book of Revelation 12:12, and 2 Corinthians the 16th chapter said, "Then shall be known who are my chosen." Right. Because when we get tried and tested, if we don't mend, then we're going to persevere. Yeah. Right. And if we're not the men, we're going to crumble under pressure. What they say, pressure bust pipes and make diamonds.
Yep. One or the other.
Yeah, one or the other. And the righteous is going to shine, man, because the spirit that's in them, man.
That's right.
And those guys, those artificial Israelites, when the testing start to come, they're gonna break under pressure.
Yeah,
they're gonna snatch that Israelite.
Oh man, there's gonna be a bunch of Marcuses and Brandons, Ashleys, all that Hebrew name stuff. That's gonna go out the window.
Oh yeah, that head wrap.
They unravel like toilet paper, man.
Yeah, man, with the Sister Act garments on. Yeah. Oh, that shit going out the window, man.
Oh, Mother Teresa's spirit.
Yeah, that's going out there.
You would think these hoes on Instagram was Sarah.
Right.
Sarah, mother of all.
Right. They got the lace dresses with the 400 thread count. And the spirit of the Lord was gonna start moving on a lot of you because you work because your labors, like the brother Bar is always reading. You trying to build a house of David with putty. With Play-Doh, man, and grass. You trying to build a roof out of grass.
Right. Yeah. A thatch roof.
Nigga, that shit gonna get burnt by that fire, man. Right. But the men of the Lord that's actually being very meticulous about these lessons and what they say and what they speak, and they want to make sure before they even say certain things, you have certain brothers that call and ask and they do a lesson on certain things, man.
Right.
That's being very careful how you build it.
Hell yeah.
You got brothers that ask, hey, I was wondering if I could do a lesson on this. Yeah, kind of. Yeah, that's cool, brother. But that go to show you the mind frame that a brother has.
Right.
He want to be very careful how he add to the building of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua. Because like you said, when the foreman come on the job, if he comes like, who did this shit? Yeah. I'm saying, the wall is sanded. Who put a big ass brick in the middle right here?
And then get your ass in there.
Next thing you know, I ain't do that. I did it. Next thing you know, you got that one J, huh? Yeah.
What you mean?
You got that one J, huh? What you say?
Yeah.
I mean, the reason why I did it, because I ain't tell you to do that.
Oh, just like it said that in the scriptures. I knew that thou were an austere man.
Yeah.
I hit it in the like, nigga. I told you
I told you I was an austere man. Nigga, how you gonna say that?
But you knew I reaped.
He said, you already know that I sold what I reaped. He said, I was scared. I feared thee because thou were an austere man. He like, you already knew that though.
Yeah.
What's the logic behind saying that?
He said,
I know. Like, what kind
of reap is where our soul is not. He was like, yeah, you know I reap where our soul is not.
I already told you that.
What did you reap? What did you sow?
Something I can reap. Like how you?
What did you sow?
Your wife and kids.
God, man, that hard. Like Jake, here it is. The Lord tell you. Here it is. The Lord telling you, all right, don't do this. When I come back, I'm gonna check it. Then when he comes back, you say, and you try to use what he told you not to do as an excuse. Like, nigga, I told you that before I left. I mean, And that's why the Lord won't start killing you, because you ain't taking account of your labor.
Y'all badass kids got some of the worst ass whoopings that ever come y'all way, man.
They ain't coming, bro.
Yeah,
They coming,
yeah.
but was it more to that bar?
No,
Okay. All right, go ahead. We're gonna wrap up on you.
Yeah, just going back to the glory. This is John 12:28. It says, Father, glorify thy name. Then came there a voice from heaven saying, I have both glorified it and will glorify it again.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and that's the glory in this time to come. Because the Most High Yahweh, he glorified his name at a point in the earth, you know, during the time of the Exodus in Egypt, and all the nations were afraid. Everybody knew, you know. During the time of Joshua, when we were going to conquer the land of Canaan, the people, they was like, yo, all the people that Yahweh was dealing with, they were afraid.
Yeah.
But guess what? This time it's going to be glorified again.
That's right.
And Yahweh Shai's name himself, the Son is going to be glorified.
Yeah.
And who's joint heirs with the Son? We're joint heirs with the Son because of the work we're putting in, because of what we're doing.
Yeah.
So that glory is going to come.
Yahweh Shai is not in the spirit world chilling.
Yeah.
There's work to be done.
Come on.
Our brothers are in the spirit world working. What the hell you think you're supposed to be doing here? Chilling, trying to make an Israelite movie? Niggas is crazy, man. Niggas is crazy, man. You know why? Because they don't really fully understand the capacity behind the glory that we're going to receive. Mm-hmm. So they want to get the glory here in America. Yeah, you know, this is you know, Mitchell. This is this is the you know the Bishop Mitchell Hopscotch. He came up with this film, and you know the director is Deacon James
Strong Deacon. These titles.
You know the big brother Deacon. But you know what? Hey, it's all right, man. It's all good, man. The Lord got it set up in the spirit, man. The Lord already got it set up in the spirit. So for those of us that's, you know, locked into this thing and really focused and serious, even though we joke, you know, we make jokes sometimes, but we serious minded, man. Yeah, you know, when it's time to cut out the jokes, we know how to cut out the jokes and handle business.
That's right.
You know, and for those of you that are in that type of mind frame, man, understand the glory that can come from it, and let that be, you know, installed as a motivating factor in your life, man. The kingdom of heaven and the glory that shall come with it. Mm-hmm. You got something out?
Yeah, I want to get one thing if you don't mind.
All right, we'll close out on that then.
All right, this is Daniel 12:2. And many of them that sleep in the dust of the earth shall awake, some to everlasting life, and some to shame and everlasting contempt.
And that's going into the kingdom of heaven. All right. When those you know, rebellious Israelites come back and they see that the Lord Yahweh Ba'Shem Shai established his church off of King David, which is King Marshall, and then you see the apostles and the elders and all the other men that you despise as the governing body of the kingdom, you're gonna be very ashamed. You're gonna remember all of those comments on the comment board. Yep. You know, you're gonna remember all that shit you was talking, all them videos that you did. All right, because the same men that you hated and you despised are going to be the men that's going to be telling you what to do in the kingdom. You know, so you're gonna have to bear that shame, and the rest of the men that was laboring in this thing is they're gonna really enjoy life to the fullest capacity. You know, nobody is ever going to experience life how the elect is going to experience life in the kingdom. That's right. You know, the Lord is really going to open up a level of understanding and access to the elect that's going to far exceed everybody else.
That's right.
You know, and it's going to be declared, and that's going to be life, man. All right. It was more to that.
No, that was it.
God. So, you know, hey, man, you know, with that, you know, hopefully, you know, you brothers were edified. Brothers, the water for posting all the precepts. We try to get as many as possible. You know, we try to get as many as possible, but you know, hey man, brothers right now, brothers is on fire, man. Brothers in here got precepts. I had precepts on deck. Y'all got precepts. So hey, you still added to the work, man. You still added. And hey, the water for tuning in. Hopefully you were edified. We're gonna close out by giving our praises to Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua. All right, double honors once again to the apostles and the elders at Great Millstone who rule well. Peace and safety to the elect, men, women, and children. Shalom.
Shalom.